Everybody is talking about the 2026 World Cup. 48 teams, more games, more countries, more chaos. And somehow, despite FIFA announcing the format years ago, a lot of people still have absolutely no idea how this thing actually works. Can teams finish third and still qualify? Why are there suddenly 104 matches? And how exactly do you get from 48 teams all the way to one champion? Good news. It's actually simpler than people think. Mostly because this new World Cup format has confused fans all over the world. But in the next 3 minutes, you'll understand the entire thing. And there's one part near the end that makes this tournament very different from every World Cup before it. First, the big change. For decades, the World Cup had 32 teams. Now, 48. Which means more countries get invited to football's biggest party. And honestly, that's pretty cool. More nations, more fans, more people convincing themselves that this is finally our year. You know the type. But adding 16 extra teams creates one obvious problem. How do you fit everybody into the tournament without turning it into a 6-month Netflix series? Here's where it gets interesting. The answer is 12 groups, not 8. 12 groups, and each group has 4 teams. Nothing weird so far. Every team still plays 3 matches. Win, lose, draw. Same as before. So if you've watched previous World Cups, this part feels familiar. But then things get strange, because finishing first or second in your group isn't the only way to survive. This sounds simple. It isn't. The top 2 teams from each group automatically go through. That's 24 teams. But FIFA needed 32 teams for the knockout rounds. So where do the other 8 come from? Third place. Yep. Some third-place teams qualify too, not all of them. Just the 8 best third-place teams, which means a team can finish third and still stay alive. And honestly, that feels weird at first. Imagine coming third and still getting rewarded. School exams don't work like that. Life usually doesn't work like that. But the World Cup apparently does. In theory, this gives smaller nations a better chance. In practice, it means almost every game matters because teams are fighting for those extra spots. And suddenly, group stage math becomes everyone's favorite headache. Then comes the knockout stage. And this is another huge change. Previous World Cups jumped straight into the round of 16. Not anymore. Now there's a round of 32. 32 teams enter. Lose once and you're gone. No second chances. No, we'll get them next week. Football can be ruthless. From there, it's simple. Round of 32. Round of 16. Quarterfinals. Semifinals. And finally, the World Cup final. Just like climbing a ladder where every rung gets scarier. Which brings us to another crazy number. 104 matches. The 2022 World Cup had 64. This one has 104. That's 40 extra games. Basically, FIFA looked at football and said, what if we had even more football? And let's be honest, nobody was going to complain. Well, maybe the players. By the end of the tournament, some of them might need vacations from their vacations. But here's the most important thing to remember. Despite all the changes, the goal remains exactly the same. Survive your group. Win your knockout games. Lift the trophy. That's it. So the new World Cup format isn't really complicated. It's just bigger, much bigger. 48 teams, 12 groups, 32 knockout teams, 104 matches, and 1 world champion. The real question is whether this new format will create more drama or just more confusion. We'll find out in 2026. And if you enjoy simple explanations of football's most confusing rules and tournaments, make sure you subscribe, because sports make a lot more sense when someone explains them properly.